Well, this is an exciting couple of days getting everything wrapped up here in California so we can continue our journey and what we're doing in Washington. And the big thing on the agenda is just getting these hives loaded tomorrow night and the next night. And then what we'll be focusing on once we get them up to Washington is mite treatment, depending on their weight, possibly feeding. But those are kind of the two things. And then obviously assessing how these queen cells ended up turning out. But yeah, no, it's exciting to get this part of the year wrapped up, the almond pollination. And now on to the bees. So this is one of our yards here. Gonna go and check for bumps and ruts, because there's nothing more exciting than having a bunch of stacks of bees on the front of your loader in the pitch black and hitting a rut you forgot was there and watching the hives go everywhere. That's really an exciting thing. So this is one of the new splits that we did. I mean, we split down all our bees, I mean, and requeen them, so they're technically all quote-unquote new splits, but just even overall health, like if you look at the bees themselves, you see that there's no deformed wing. I mean, the color of the bees is bright. There's no shiny older bees. Fuzzy bees that look fuzzy, which kind of like here, let's see if I can find one here in the viewer. But I mean, like even take this one here, or some of the ones. Fuzzy, you know, the newer the bee or the younger the bee, the fuzzier they look. And then as they age, you know, they're rubbing on each other and everything. Like, see, there's a newborn bee right there, right at the center. See how super fuzzy it looks, right in the center of the screen. And anyway, so I mean, just overall, I mean, we're seeing great things. If you can see there's eggs, larvae, pearly white. Got cells that are starting to get capped over. Just, yeah, overall, just very happy. This is a great frame. There's probably about 5.5, 6 frames of bees and 3.5 frames of brood. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, for where we're at this time of year, this is exactly what we're looking for. And we're going to get these up to Washington and super them, and then come back and split them one more time before they go into honey production. So anyways, just a visual. Those are always helpful. So for those of you wondering what it's like moving bees at night, this is a pretty good example. It's not too much of an exaggeration. There's some lights in the distance. I've got lights on the Hummer-Bee, but no, it's pretty well in. I'm actually in front of the camera, believe it or not. I got 288 hives moved tonight, ready for loading tomorrow evening, so feeling pretty good about that. And now we'll cut away to where there's more light again. Well, this is the next day, day and evening. Just waiting for the truck to arrive, and we'll start loading them up. Got most of the single stage. You can't really see them because I got some empty equipment here that's getting shipped out tomorrow. But yeah, overall looking good. Bees looking happy. I am really anxious to get into these. It'll be interesting to watch what the weather forecast is doing up in Washington, because I think it's supposed to get up into the high 50s, and so do some checking with the bees. But yeah, it's, you know, those of you who are getting into your bees already, you know the feeling. You just want to dive in already. One little cliff note I was going to add last night about moving bees, and kind of joking about how dark it can be, is that come on, let's take a peek. Take a peek. Yeah, that'll do. no, overall really happy with the way the bees are looking. You haven't lived until you're moving bees in the pitch black like that. That'll do. And you have to go to the bathroom. And you're not sure where bees may be on your body, and it's quite a rush. You know, just another one of those things to put on your bucket list for a full beekeeping experience. This one has a little less activity. Should take a lesson. Oh, that one's a dead out. Actually, wait a minute. I think this whole pallet is a dead out. It's marked as a dead out. Well, there's bees in there. So, yeah, whatever. Like I said, we're not bothering sorting bees here. We just want to get them home. And then we'll sort through dead out. Dead out. Anyways, yeah, no, so I'm not going to keep popping lids here. A little side note is that it's always nice to give the bees a day or so to propolize and seal everything down when moving the equipment. It's just a helpful little thing. Have them glue it together. And see, they got pollen that they're bringing in here. Not sure what kind. Not familiar enough with the floral sources here in Central California, but some type of pollen. I said I was going to stop, but curious. Okay, anyways, next video from Washington State. California is about 24 hours away from being a wrap. I'm very excited about that. I mean, I love it. I mean, this is an exciting, you know, part of the year. Certainly breaks up the winters in Washington. Isn't that weird? Really no nuts on this. No nuts on this one. And then you got a bunch of nuts on this one. So yeah, anyways, those of you wondering what almonds look like while they're forming, that's them. This tree's got a decent set of them. Not too impressive, but something. Okay, anyways, catch you guys a little later. Yeah, now you can kind of see more of the hives there that are staged. Go drink my coffee and get the show on the road. There's one truckload done. And that is always a sigh of relief. So heading back, a little bit of extra space, but getting close to being our full gross weight here. So that is a wrap for this truck for tonight.